A couple of weeks ago, I announced that I would be starting a Valorant team and that they would be trying to qualify for the VCT Challenger League, which is the official Tier 2 competition run by Riot Games, with teams like TSM, FaZe, and G2 already competing in it. Now, this might come as a surprise to most of you because I never really talked about it on this channel, and now suddenly I have an esports team and it costs $500,000 just to run it for 1 year. What is happening? Why is it so expensive? Who's on the team? How did it all start? I'm sure you have a lot of questions and you're curious about what exactly goes into starting an esports team. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. First, let me explain how it all began. A long time ago, 4 months specifically, which I guess isn't really that long when you think about it. Me and my number one fan, Tarek, we were streaming together and we got to talking.
Did OTV apply for franchising?
No, but I'm thinking about just picking up 5 players. I'm gonna fly them out to LA, put them in a mansion, feed them, give them a salary, and I say, if you make it to VCT within 1 year, you can stay. All they have to do is play Valorant.
How hard could it be? Basically, they would get paid once they make it into the main league, and until then, they get paid in clout.
And I'll bring them to the clubs to meet honeys too. But they also have to learn to respect women because that's something that a lot of players lack. Now at this point, it was just a joke, just banter between friends. But then later that month, Riot Games announced that Valorant will be moving into a franchise league format, meaning that only 5 North American teams will get to play at the highest level. That's not a lot of teams, that's only 5, which is less than 6. And that's only 25 players, which means there's like hundreds of other players not playing at the highest level. They'll be playing at the tier 2 level. And honestly, that's where the fun and interest is gonna be, at the tier 2 level, because the competition is maybe even higher than the tier 1 level.
Challengers League will have 6 components: 2 qualifiers, 2 splits, a mid-season invitational, and the Challengers playoffs. Entrance into the league starts with the open qualifier and last chance qualifier. 256 teams will compete over the 5-day span. When 32 teams remain, the bracket will convert to a double elimination best of 3 bracket. 2 teams will earn a spot in Challengers League from the winner's side and wrap up with 2 teams qualifying from the lower bracket. 6 teams have earned a spot through qualifiers, and 6 teams have been directly invited to form the Challengers League.
Yeah, real simple, right? So technically, anyone can participate. And since we currently do not have an org, we don't have any players, we don't have anything, we definitely would not be invited by Riot Games, which means if we wanted to play in this Tier 2 Challenger League, we need to essentially win this 256 team tournament, which gave me 2 months to, create a new company, sign a coach, sign 5 players, and hope they have enough time left to practice and win this whole thing. How hard could that be? These are Tier 2 players. Just give them a couple of $1,000 and they'll be happy, right? I was very wrong. So very wrong. There's a reason why North American esports orgs are notorious for being unprofitable, because they take all this money from these big investment firms and crypto websites and they just spend it pretty irresponsibly to try and get the best talent available, because they think the more money you spend, the better your team is, right? I mean, that's just logical. You can't beat that logic. And this in turn raises the cost of players available, which is great for the players, not for the orgs, because now they have to figure out a way to recoup that cost. They stay alive because they either A, lie to their investors and say, oh yeah, we're totally gonna win worlds next year if you can just give us a little more money to sign a super good player. They can sell like a crap ton of hoodies, because their loyal fan base will just eat it up, and they can sell it at a huge markup. So if a hoodie costs them $50 to make, they could sell it for $200 because you want to support us, don't you? They could start signing content creators and have them just do YouTube videos with a crap ton of sponsors on it. Or they could start promoting some very dubious, very shady cryptocurrency. Not a lot of great options for esports orgs, but thankfully after spending a couple of years over at Facebook, I saved up some money in the old piggy bank to be able to keep an esports team running for at least a few months. So with each player costing $5,000 minimum, the coach is also, similarly priced. You're looking at $30,000 a month, which is $360,000 a year minimum. And again, This doesn't include any other staff you might need, like designers, like stuff like accountants and lawyers to look over these contracts. Add everything up, and that's at least $500,000 a year. But surely a creator-backed org run by one of the most respected figures in the industry, not to mention handsome as hell, would be able to eventually turn a profit, right?
For those that don't know, I'm sure most of you know by now, I own an esports org called Moist Esports, and I fucking love it. I am extremely passionate about Moist Esports, but I run it at a massive net loss. I don't want to get too deep into the nitty gritty here, too deep into the weeds and the brass tacks, but I lose roughly 6 figures a month on it, and it's fine.
So as you can see, it's pretty, the landscape's pretty bad. It's pretty doomed. If Charlie, Moist Critical, can't make money with his esports org, then what hope do I have? But it's too late now. I've gone too far to turn back. I talked about it once on stream, and that means I'm committed.
I'm actually monitoring this team to pick up.
You're gonna like buy a team.
Yeah, but it's really expensive.
I mean, I'd imagine you probably have to pay 5 salaries, right?
Yeah.
I would guess a team costs over $1 million.
We do heckin' love Valorant.
So, knowing nothing about the Valorant scene, I decided to hit up CSGO legend Robin Fiflaren Johansson and ask him for help.
I've been helping out Jeremy since the start of November on this project when it comes to player contracts, speaking to the agencies, as well as working with the TOs heading into Challenger. What made me say yes to working with Jeremy on this project to begin with was honestly that I felt that he was into it. He was passionate. You know, I've been in this space for 17 plus years now. A lot of the things you see when you first got into it, people had a shared hobby and turned into like competing, and later on kind of transition into people believing and thinking that you're going to be making a lot of money in this space. And I think with that kind of comes a bad mindset into what you're doing with this organization to begin with. Jeremy never struck me as one of those. Jeremy struck me as I just want to do cool shit, and I want to have people that can do this cool shit with me. And he's obviously here to win, but at the same time also has some fun around it and can share some laughs and be a little bit goofy at the same time.
Toast, as someone who's been in this industry for over 20 years, you probably picked the worst time to get into esports in the last decade. Congratulations. You made a funny tweet yesterday. How do esports teams actually make money? And unsurprisingly, many of the responses, and truthfully, yeah, they don't right now.
After our initial conversation in terms of what he wanted, what he was thinking, in terms of my recommendations, the first thing for me, and I think this is especially important if you're entering a space that you might not be a complete expert in, was to try and find and figure out who is going to be coaching these guys.
Hello guys, my name is Kyle O'Brien and I'm the head coach of Disguised Toast's team. Yeah, I was first made aware of Toast looking for a team on Twitter. At first I wasn't 100% sure if he was like memeing or like something like that. I was like, shit, this guy's got a lot of money if he wants to start any esports org.
I've known Ocean for a few years. He's obviously a former CS veteran, a little bit older, which I think is super needed in a space in North America when you do have a lot of young talent. It's not about just topping the scoreboard, it's about winning as a team, losing as a team.
So Ocean was the coach recommended to me by both Fiflaren and 100 Thieves Valorant coach Sean Garris, most famously known in my circle for getting rolled by my bronze friend Saikuno in a Valorant show match.
I have only ordered off the coupon menu.
No way.
I can't.
Dude, it's Saikuno.
Dude, don't talk about it like that. He's insane.
But that was pretty fun. I definitely think I'll be playing Valorant again.
So with this lead, I decided to hit up this Ocean fella to see if he can build me a Valorant team.
First person to reach out on this opportunity was actually Toast. After I finished with the Knights, Toast asked what I was doing. And yeah, I didn't know a crazy amount about Disguised Toast as I'm mostly like in the FPS scene. So one of the first videos I loaded up was him in Canada finding random people and giving them money. So I think I already knew like right off the bat he was a really nice guy, and knowing he's another Canadian, he was gung-ho on starting a team, so that was right up my alley, and that was kind of the beginning of when we got started.
Jeremy could have just ended up picking up a team that was already formed from before and just stuck his name on there, but he wanted to do something new, something build it from scratch together with Ocean, and that takes a lot of time.
So Ocean spent the next month trialing dozens of players, eventually landing on 3 players he's coached in the past: Gangsta, Zip, and Exalt, a brand new rookie, Clear, and an experienced in-game leader, Steel. So they got to work, and with only 1 month before the tournament, it was a little stressful, a little time crunch. The players like practiced every single day. I think the only day they had off was Christmas because well, you can't miss Christmas, you know. They took it really seriously because they knew that if they didn't qualify for this event, that means their year is over. They got nothing to do for the next 11 months. They have to wait until 2024 to try again.
Kind of just mashed everything together and spent 10 to 12 hours a day just watching our VODs for 3-4 hours, scrimming 4, 5, 6 scrims a day, just trying to accelerate everything to be a big oiled machine and try to come out and hit as hard as we can.
So the big day came along. I was super nervous. I announced my team on Twitter with MS Paint that I drew in my hotel room because I was traveling to Japan at the time. I named it DSG because it stood for disguised, and I wanted an acronym that people could chant, you know. I feel like all the cool esports team, like, you can chant their name. So I went with DSG. DSG fighting. I wasn't gonna name it anything toast related because I feel like there would be too much bread puns. I already get that enough. I would not wish that on my players. So tournament started. Day 1, really easy, thankfully, because with 256 teams, you get some of these like 4 fun players coming in. And the first 3 games were a breeze. My team dominated. Second day though, let's just say it did not go so well. Oh, Steel's walking in. Oh no! Oh fuck!
Okay, it's okay. Oh, he's sticking on the rope? Wait, what's happening? What in... Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking minute. I haven't seen... Oh my god, this guy's actually feeling it too much right now. Oh no, bro. Everything we do is wrong. Everything we do is wrong. Oh my god, man. Enjoy it while you can, but this shit's over. Map 1, fuck it. Map 1, fuck it. Give me a fucking glimmer of hope, bro. A glimmer of fucking hope.
We went through brains.
Might have to be that way, low-key.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah, there we
Deal
go.
with the lure. He called that play for sure. It all starts with 1. It all starts with 1.
Wait, what the fuck are you shooting at, bro? Bro! Oh, nice!
Oh, that's clear, baby! My dog! That's why he's on the team!
Big Bill. Wait, Heaven's dead already?
Oh! We should not have tried to challenge Zip! Try to challenge Zip! They shouldn't have let us warmed up. They should not have let us warmed up. Oh, what you doing, Omen?
Oh my god, they actually turned up. Wow. 10 seconds.
Exalt wins these. Exalt wins these. Nice! Exalt! Come on!
Oh, shit! He's thinking,
that's clear, baby!
Oh my god! 1 HP.
But he down! Block them! Block them! Shoot them!
This guy wins on $1,000.
Oh god. Alright, things started off a little shaky. Day 3, they turned things around and they were looking good.
There's in. Nice. Min 1, 2.
10 seconds left.
Attack them. Yeah. Let's go.
Watch the same angle by spawn. While watching garage.
Okay.
Several members, so little to work
Oh,
with.
had that second kill low key. Yeah, this is low key winnable. He's wrapping around? Yeah, he's wrapping around. He knows, he has the read.
Right, but it could cost us a land.
Oh my god.
13-3.
Okay. Nice. Good.
Oh, little bro ulting. Oh.
I'm dropping left.
For health.
Damn,
For health.
You know he's low, he's still options.
Let's fucking go! Alright, and with that, just one final win is all that's needed to qualify for the VCT Challengers League. One final opponent, Oxygen Esports, owned by NFL's New England Patriots owner, billionaire Robert Kraft, versus me, the guy who likes Among Us.
Steal, no.
Oh! He's on the left. Shoot that spot clear.
Find him. They know he's here. Do they? Oh, they clear it. You gotta be kidding me. Clear through the wall. Can't delay. Spots one in the long angle. Spots one in the smoke. Knows he's on the spike. Knows he's got the clutch. Keep the A player to it.
Ooh, let's go, Zip. Let's go, Zip. That's bomb, baby.
On the right. On site. He's on site.
Let's go, gangsta. One more.
Still have one over towards Cat. Could be able to burst.
Clear, baby. It's clear, baby.
But this is clear.
Baby. Oh, oh my God, Steel. Don't do it, Steel.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Don't
do
you?
Seal does. Speaking
Okay.
it's working. Zip gets a big headshot on the
Let's go, clear. That's it. That's it, baby.
No setup on B though. There's only one person here. They're going for a big mid play to try to shut this down.
Oh, wait, guys, look at.
Everyone for this team is over towards the B side. Clear finds one and definitely found a lot more in terms of a contact. The call out is there that they're all B.
But that's mid play worked and they're funneling into again.
KJ's over rotating.
The steal up, the stop.
Yeah, don't worry, no one's in your spawn.
Yeah, but he did a jump spot, didn't see anything, and clear. He's disguised players to make a rotate over, and it should be here soon as clear makes his contact.
Oh my God, clear.
Util comes up almost instantly.
Oh, clear, baby.
Oh my God.
That's the aggression I love.
Great timing. Holy.
Scared to A main, redirecting back over towards Cat.
30 seconds left.
And it might just be a double threat here. The Jet can easily peek with this. Zip is gonna have the first contact. Here we go.
That's clear.
Right in, fault line in, and Clear's only able to get one out of it. Zip! Hands of steel, holding on to Cat. Holding on from behind that aftershock, and now Scuba in a 1v1. Does he have any idea that there's a man back?
Yes!
Let's go! Let's go!
Made it to Challengers.
Oh, you guys!
The redemption arc of Steel has only
so
just begun. From team to team again, this guy Steel puts teams on the map. He leads another lineup to a major event, and now they compete in 2023.
Dude, Steel popped
This guys,
everyone popped
13 to 10 on map 2, 13 to 4 on map 1, and 2.
We made it to VCT Challengers. Oh, they played so well.
Couldn't
so
help
happy.
but just replicating.
Mainly because I don't have to fire anyone. I'm not cut out for conversations like that. Big shout out to Ocean, man. Ocean built this team from scratch.
Yeah, Toast getting emotional definitely just cemented the fact in that like how much he cares. Just being on voice with the team and kind of seeing it like, oh, what the hell? Like Toast is crying, right? And then
oh, I'm so happy for them. They worked so hard for this. Like each player worked so hard for this. Glad Steel's getting another chance. Like, cause I'm not too familiar with the memes. So every time I go online, everyone's like clowning on Steel. Like this is his redemption arc, part 75 or something.
DSG is very much not just an open qualifier team anymore. I think a lot of that just kind of set for him in that reality at that moment. This is just the start.
I think we've all worked some jobs where we haven't had the most emotionally invested bosses or owners in our time. So I think it was just a really, nice thing to see.
Do I have to put my camera on?
Let's go!
We're not working at McDonald's next year. Let's go!
And so with that, after just a few months of preparation, my Valorant team DSG has qualified for the VCT Challengers League, playing against TSM G2 FaZe, which is really cool. And honestly, I did not expect to be here. I'm just happy at this point. Like, I feel like the year is already such a huge success. Even if we come like bottom last, I'd be happy. I'd be happier if we didn't come bottom last. But play our first game February 1st against the Guard, that some people say are the #1 team in the league, and they're going to be our first official VCT opponent, which I don't know if Riot planned that because it's kind of cruel of them, but that team's owned by another billionaire, Stan Kroenke, who owns the Denver Nuggets and the LA Rams. I'm noticing a lot of these competing teams are owned by billionaires. That's going to be fun. If you want to show support to the team, which please do, because we don't have any money, you can do so over on Twitter at Disguised. We don't have a logo yet, so it's just my MS Paint drawing. I'm working on it. So we're getting there. There you have it. A little look into how I started in esports work. I probably have to go back to making Among Us content again to be able to fund this whole thing. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time.